Then she says, for God knows that in the... It gets worse. For God knows that in the day that... Then this is what the serpent says. Then the serpent said to the woman, you shall not surely die. So the devil now is completely contradicting what the Lord said. For God knows that in the day you eat of it, you look how ridiculous this is. For God knows that in the day that you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. I want to ask you something. When Adam and Eve were made, who were they made in the image and likeness of? God. They were already like God. They already had everything, every likeness conceivable that God had to offer. They were already like God. Guess what? They weren't going to be like God. They were going to be like him, the devil. They were about to become like the devil, not God. They were already like God. They only knew good. There is no evil in God. Evil's got nothing to do with God. Evil's outside of the Lord. But guess what evil's connected with? Satan. So they weren't going to be like God. He misrepresented God's character. They were already like God. They already knew good. All they were going to do was good until the devil come along, and guess what he brought? He brought evil. This is just a few verses in the beginning of Genesis. I mean, have you seen this before? This is powerful. This is powerful. So when the woman saw the tree was good for food, which she would have already anyway, it was pleasant to the eyes. Something's changed. Something's changed. Satan now has begun to penetrate her mind against what the Lord has shown her. She's actually out in the open. She's completely out of the strong tower. She's completely out in the open. She's prey now for Satan. Her complete concept of everything around her has changed. When she saw that it was pleasant to the eyes and desirable to make her wise, she already was wise. She was made in the image and likeness of God. She wasn't going to be made wise. She wasn't going to be made wise. She was going to be made a fool. See, the devil makes you think foolishness is wise. He makes us think that the foolish things of this world are wise, and that the wise things of this world aren't. It's all here. So she thought that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise. So she took of its fruit and ate. Now I want to stop there. Where was Adam when all this was going on? You think for a minute. If man was made in the image and likeness of God, who he was, he knew no evil. God knows no evil. He doesn't create evil. He doesn't bring evil. Evil conceived itself in the flaw that Satan had in his being, which is available to anybody with free will. But if man is made in the image and likeness of God, well, what is God like? What is he like? God is love. So Adam was a being, a supernatural being, that was created in love. Now remember what Jesus said? Greater love has no man than this, than to lay down his life for his friends. I want to tell you something right now. Why did the devil, I want to ask you something. Why did the devil go for the woman and not for the man? Why did the devil go for the woman and not for the man? If there's a man in right standing with God, right, this is what I believe, from the garden, from what we're seeing now, the principle of it, it's safer in some cases if the man's right with the Lord. It's safer for the man to have the last say and everybody to listen and then have the input. But if a woman tries to put herself over a man in an illegitimate way, that's all it is, in an illegitimate way, not in a proper way to make something right, then that's putting the woman in a place of danger.